Schwartz, welcome back to another video. Today is the 10th of January. It is Friday, and that means it's the start of Winterween. I love Winterween. I love all the weens. If you're new here, I'm Denise. I am the one that brings chaos to the enchanted forest. And if you don't know what Winterween is, it's a readathon hosted by Gabby. I will link her channel down below. And she does one every season to make people read horror all year long. Which I love reading horror all year long, and I love that there is a hype around horror for a week. So I'm going to try to film or vlog daily, which is going to be a challenge, let's be real. I don't even know if I can edit every single day. That is like how it is. However, I think the hardest challenge for me is mentally needing to accept that some of these vlogs will only be 5 minutes. Some of these vlogs will only have clips sitting me here on this couch because I'm, a no moving day, and talking to you about books. I think for me, that is going to be the hardest challenge. So let's do it. I'm challenging myself to accept, however short the vlog is, however boring it may seem to you, I'm just going to put it out. Because after all, this is just about us, the community, having fun with books, with reading horror. And I had a comment a long time back now, and I don't even think I replied, because when I got that comment, it was so weird to me, such a new concept, or it didn't fit. But I have been thinking about it ever since. And in one of my knitting videos, one of you put it like, if you want to knit this pattern, it looks like this. This is a knitting pattern for basically the same. And I replied with, yeah, I know I love that pattern, but I really needed to crochet. Which that person kindly replied to me, yeah, I just put it in here for if everybody wants to, read your comments and they want a knitting pattern. And it's so kind of them to point out to me that there are, or thinking that there are people who are going to read my comments, because I didn't think that was a thing. I don't get that much comments on my videos, which is fine. But that does make me think that nobody is going to read them either. And I might be wrong, because this person pointed out to me that, that is an option. And I just didn't realize. So if it was you, thank you so much. I'm not sure if you're watching this video because it's a bookish video and not a knitting and crocheting video. But if you do, thank you. It is changed my mindset. And that's why we're doing this. I just want to be hyped with you all about all the books. And I just want to put out a vlog every day. So, you can comment. Let us know what you are reading, and then we can read all the books that everybody's reading, because I thought I was the only one reading my comments. But now we can make it a community thing, and I love that. So thank you for reminding me of that people will actually read comments. I do read comments on other people's video though, so should have known. So let's talk about the books. Again, the readathon is hosted by Gabby. Her channel is linked down below. And this is a seasonal thing. The one prompt that is always in there is read a book in the dark. I have books. I have set them to some sort of prompt, but it might be changing. But I just really want to read some Algernon Blackwood horror stories. I have this very pretty book. I'm very excited about it. And I love the Wendigo by him. So I put it in for In the Dark, but his stories might be available as audiobook, and in that case I will listen to it more during the day, I assume. You know, when I'm knitting and crocheting, stuff like that. Next one is just read a horror thriller. So for that, I put in Anatomy by Sana Schwartz, because it's high time I read this. It's giving me Frankenstein vibes, which it's not. So, but this is about a woman who wants to be a doctor, and she fought really hard to be in that education, and now she's permitted to do the exams, but she's not permitted to follow any lessons. So she needs to fix her own bodies to be learning on and then doing the exam. Really excited about this one. This is also on my yearly bingo horror board, so that's great. Then we have a book with a house on the cover or in the title, so this has to be a haunted house book. So why not read Haunted House Short Stories? It is in the same gothic fantasy collection by Flintry. Yeah, same as the Algernon Blackwood one. This is a book full of haunted houses. There is a house on the cover. It says house in the title, so it counts. I will not be reading the whole thing, but I will pick a haunted house story out of this. And I might actually read that at night, because this is probably harder to find on audiobook. And I want to read it. Then we have horror that's older than 5-year-old. And this was a struggle for me. Or it's published 5 years ago or longer. And this was such a struggle for me. I didn't know what to do until a friend pointed out that, you know, gothic horror is actually way older than 5 years. So that would count. I don't know why I thought of it again. You know, sometimes you have these moments, right, that people need to tell you, like, this is... So once my world has been opened up again to one of my favorite genres, I really wanted to read a classic for it. And I do think it's time for another Edgar Allan Poe. So I have been working through this book slowly. And at this point, I'm not sure which of those stories are actually horror-y and which of them are his other stuff. I do love his horror way better than the other stuff. So this is actually one you might be able to help me. However, I do think I have read most of his popular horror stories. So I hope I can collect today what I still need to read of him, because I have a list somewhere. Let you know what stories I still need to read. And if you would be so kind to me to tell me which one of those you know is horrific because you read it or something, or you just know, that would be very, very helpful. Especially since the daily vlog, I can, you know, still use that. So that would be great. And then the last prompt is a novella, graphic novel, manga. And for that, I want to read Frankenstein by Junji Ito. I actually read the Frankenstein story in this, but I haven't read the others yet. So I basically want to go through the whole manga book and read all the other stuff in there. This will be my first Junji Ito. I obviously have read the Frankenstein, but that is very true to the original. So, since he is known for his very weird stories, and this was not weird, I do feel like this now is going to be my first taste of Junji Ito. So I'm very excited about that. That makes this a lovely stack of books. I also still need to make my bullet journal spread, so that's what we're going to do today as well. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I continued on my Alice one instead. Because that's how life goes. And I also want to make cookies. I was expecting today to be laying around a lot because I had to do a ton shit this week. But actually, I woke up with less pain than yesterday. So, and it is due day. So I'm making cheese cookies from the book. 2 types. Very excited about it, or at least that's the plan. I will try to film all the B-roll because I'm not sure how much B-roll I can do in the rest of the vlog. So let's make this one a fun one to start off with. And I will see you when I've done something.
Hello. It's quite a bit later. After I tried making cookies, the nerve got worse. So I had to lay down for a while. However, I have read the first 108 pages of Anatomy by Schwartz. And this is fine so far. It's absolutely not helping that I want Frankenstein vibes from this, because I'm getting Frankenstein vibes from this. Look. It's Frankenstein vibes. People have told me it is not Frankenstein vibes. So I'm trying not to expect that. However, the first quote in the book is a Mary Shelley quote. They even put Lord Byron in there. So there are all kinds of reference to Frankenstein. That's not helping with me expecting Frankenstein movies. She even did, the girl we follow. Hazel. We follow Hazel. And she does an experiment where she tries to bring a frog back to life just before the rain with, the electric static energy that is floating around in the air. So I think it's just fine. It's sure to say that the author of this book also loves Frankenstein. And so far it is interesting. We follow Hazel, and Hazel does feel younger, especially in the beginning. In the beginning she felt like a 12-year-old girl, but she's actually 17. And right now, in the last 2 chapters, I don't think she feels like a 12-year-old anymore. He just sneaked in anatomy class. So I am very curious to see where this is going. It has 333 pages overall. So I'm only a third in. And what I really want from this book is Frankenstein meets Stalking Jack the Ripper. And this is giving Stalking Jack the Ripper vibes, where the main woman character also wants to do a study that she's not allowed as a woman. It is also medical inclined, and it also involves bodies, and it's about young women. So I am definitely getting those vibes. Like, there are Frankenstein references. So far, I'm enjoying it, but it's not one of my favorites, or let's say above average yet. There's still 2 turtle books, so still to come. But I wanted to update you now because it is 9 o'clock. I am not able to edit tonight anymore. I've done too much. But I hope that, I just want to take it easy tonight, go to bed earlier, and then I hope I can edit it tomorrow morning, upload it for you, and then start a new vlog. That is the plan, and I did want to let you know that I have actually read in day 1. So that's good, because that's why I'm daily vlogging, to make sure I read. And I've done more than 100 pages, so I think that's already a win. And I also picked up knitting again. This is Halloween yarn. And I started these socks in Summerween. And one is done. And for this one, I only need to do the foot. So I just want to see, watch something on TV. Or not TV, but, watch something. And knit on the foot for this before I go to bed. And I might read a little bit in bed still. For my, reading at the dark book. That is the plan so far, but I think this is the last update, and I will let you know tomorrow what actually happened. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited to see daily vlogs for Winterween. Let me know what you want to read. Let me know. I didn't look up any more of the stories from Edgar Allan Poe, but if you know a not very well known horror story from Edgar Allan Poe that you really like, please leave it down in the comments. And I think we'll figure it out tomorrow. I will find the stories for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds!